Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Go Far Together. Today we're going to talk about the different ways of scoring a goal. I know you can practically score a goal from anywhere in the field, but every opportunity created in soccer falls usually within 8 different categories, and I want to discuss them today so you know the different kinds of ways that we can attack, and hopefully with the more information in your brain we can make a better decision on the field, because as a coach I don't like joysticking, and if you're a coach, it's better if you give your kids information that perhaps they're not able to use or execute yet, rather than you practically execute it for them by directing them on every move that they have to do, and then as they grow they actually regressing rather than improving. So with the development of your player in mind, uh, this is these are the shots we're going to go through today. As you can see, we got the goalie, we got 4 defenders. I'm just going to be very brief on this. It's just about how to attack the back line. We're going to pull the striker. We're going to pull, let's say, a cam and a winger. Now for now, just focus on the number 9, because your first 2 require only one person. The shot, it's a number 1. To shoot, you could be from anywhere on the field, and you can just take a shot from the outside of the box. 15% of goals converted are usually from outside the box, and if you are in my team this year, you know that we have conceded a lot of goals from this zone right here. So if we are within range and you know you can rip a shot from here or from here, literally anywhere within the zone, and you know you got it in you, feel free to just pull the trigger, especially if there is no teammates positioned in a better place than you are. That's number 1. Number 2, dribbling. So if we are here with the ball, we can take a defender one-on-one. If they isolate it, especially if the back line is flat like this and they're not covering and balancing like we know we're supposed to when we're defending, if you attack a back line that is flat, it's very easy to dribble at them. You may win or not the duel, but if you do win and get around him or get past him, then you are through on goal and you can execute your shot. Those are the first 2, shooting and dribbling. Anyone can execute as long as you're up here in the attacking position, or if you got a really good shot, obviously all the way from half. Number 3, the 1-2, or the way I grew up, it was called a wall pass, or the triangle. Simply, if there's my winger here or my fullback, depends on how you're set up, maybe even your cam, but either way, there's a player on the side. Ideally, you want to be wide, because what you want to do is you want to stretch the back line, and you would play to your striker. Again, it's the 1-2, so you play this to the striker here, and then he will play you the ball in behind to attack the space behind the fullback. If we want to attack the space, the half space, the space right here, remember that? This is the wings, these are the half space, this is the central space. If we wanted to attack that, we would pass, like say when the 9 receives the ball from the cam, he would drop it back and then attack the space in behind to be going through on goal. Again, real quick, that's the 1-2 or the triangle, or like I called it growing up, the wall pass. Number 4, and those of you who play PlayStation, it's the triangle button on your PlayStation, the through ball. So if you're Cam, your Odegaard, your Kevin De Bruyne, your creative guys, your Dani Olmo in Barcelona, if you have the ball here and your striker can play off from the wing, this is why it's important to have movements on the striker. You can't just be here just because that's where the goal is and you want to go through and goal. You want to start wide and make an L-shaped run. So you start here. That's why I told you guys to make lateral runs. You start running towards the center back, and then the ball gets in behind, so you can meet this ball in the half space, and go through the goal. Okay, so it's a through ball because it splits defenders. All right, whether it is that you start your run from this side or that you start your run from this side, and you make, again, it's an L-shaped run. So you go this way slow, and then as you see that the ball is going to come, you quicker up your pace so you can meet the ball and make that L-shaped run and attack into the goalie, going in one-on-one. The other one is a direct attack, the same way as the same kind of pass as a through ball, except that it's when you're playing within the inside of one of the center backs and the ball comes in between here. It's just a terminology thing. So a through ball is when it splits defenders. A direct attack is when especially if the back line is pressing high, let's just say they're pressing as high, you just got to watch that you don't get offsides, and usually you want to check in, because what you do is you check in towards for the ball, you lay it off, and when you receive the ball, the defender is going to come with you. So when you pull the defender, you lay the ball off, and then you run right away, and the ball comes in, so you can attack the goalie directly. But this movement is very important. You want to take a step or two away, and then spit away right away, and that's the trigger for your cam to send you or whoever's sending you the ball, to send you the ball in behind. And those 2 steps that you take will give you the space so you can stay on sides, because usually this guy's not going to move. Only the guy that you're close to, which is why you want to be close to a defender and just protect the ball well, lay it off, and take off running. Because if you're staying just in the middle and nobody follows you, then it's very easy for them to catch up to you instead of pulling them away from where they want to be and be comfortable. Again, that was a direct attack. Number 6 is the pasante, or a pass into the blind space of the back line of any defender in the back. Again, we're using a back 4 just for reference, but any pass into this area is what you want to hit. Excuse me. It's what you want to hit as the guy passing the ball. And what I want to see from here, especially when we're doing it as a team, we want to see the striker come from here, making it run this way, but instead of getting the ball here, make that pass towards the corner flag so we can meet it there. Again, behind the space of the defender, because this guy's not expecting you to go that way. This guy's expecting you to go here. So if you go this way and then run across this way, just ask for the ball, As you're running this way, let your cam know to send the ball towards the flag. All you gotta do is point at him, and this ball will go in behind this guy, giving you plenty of time and space to attack the back, to attack towards the goal. And as the defense tries to recover, the winger comes in, or your second striker if we're playing with a system of 2 strikers, so we can get that pass and just tap it in. I hope that makes sense. Those runs are from the center. So if I'm sitting by the center back on the right, it's towards the left. And then peel your run towards the flag and then put the ball across. From here, same way. If you're right here, you would come this way and then peel off this way so you can meet the ball here and put it across. And obviously you wing it on the other side, or your second striker would have to move into the center space, which we should know that anyways. And you should teach that if you're a coach. You should teach that to your players, that whenever the striker moves out of the central space, anybody needs to occupy that space, because we can't just play with this false 9 like we are a perfect Barcelona with a Leo Messi in our team, and that does not happen. That's a once in a generation kind of player. So get off your high horse and occupy that space so someone can be in there. Number 7, it would be the overlap. What we want to do with this is create a man advantage. So if I'm sitting here An overlap is when the player that passes the ball goes past the player that receives the ball and receives it behind. Again, it's usually with the fullback. So I say the striker is here, and my cam is here. I mean my winger, sorry. Say my winger comes in here. I'll use the other number just so you don't get messed up. So my fullback's in here. My winger cuts inside, and my fullback passes that ball, and then follows the running behind to receive the ball behind the fullback. What this guy has to do though, this is very important. You can't just sit here, receive the ball and send it and expect this guy to beat this guy on the run. What you need to do is once you receive the ball, you gotta go at that fullback so he goes towards you and this guy's going to mark you. And as this guy makes the run, again, you make that through pass for the overlap that you have just created, and this guy can either go on and pass the ball, or if he has the space and time, go towards goal himself and take a shot. We can do that one from the outside like we just did. So we'll pass it here and we'll take the space behind the fullback, or we can do the one on the inside. So we can take the space that is behind these guys. So let's say the ball comes from my striker, or say my striker's over here and the ball comes from my cam, and then from here I'll pass the ball right here into my half space for my cam to attack into. Or you can pull it this way, be with the same guy. If you want to do it with the same guy, have your winger out here. As this guy comes, you can pass the ball here, and the fullback will take a run inside. As this guy gets pressure on, all you gotta do is go towards the wing. You don't have to engage really, and then put that pass in for the fullback to attack into what will be the winger space or cam space into this half space. What you guys have to do is communicate. Make sure there is not that both of you are not standing on the same line. That's the way that you pull the defenders away and take advantage of the opportunity. The last one, but not least, is the cross. Now, if you're a team like us right now, we're not very good at heading. That's not me being critical. That's just me being honest. So the main crosses that I want to see on my team are cutbacks. That means, and in practice we do this a lot. I've set up a cone here, and what I want from the winger or the fullback, you know, if there's an overlap like we just talked about, is to get all the way to the end line. I just set a cone here, get all the way to the end line, set it up, and then cut the ball back in between this space. Anywhere between the 6-yard line and the 18-yard line, because there should be either a cam, or there should be a player here attacking the first. There should be a player attacking the PK. There should be a cam or a DM attacking the top of the box to take a shot. So again, a cutback pass on the ground, not on the air. Again, we're not really good at heading, so why waste crosses? The other one is an outswinger. So if you got your back line and you just take a ball and whip it in, those are usually in the air. The other one is an in-swinger. I mean, this will be a right-footed player. I mean, this will be with the right foot from the right side. And then from here, if you have like a Mo Salah or Bukayo Saka cutting into the left and putting an in-swinger, those passes go like that. And the advantage of this one is that the player can meet the ball as it's going in the opposite direction as it's going and generate more force. The advantage of this is that as the ball is going in the same direction as the player that's attacking it, all he has to do is change the direction of the ball to get past the goalie. There's not a whole lot of work involved on his part, other than just making sure he meets the ball at the right time. Those are three. And there is a driven ball. So when we're about square, to the line, not all the way here, like on the cat back, square to the line. So it pretty much just means on the same line as the back line, and just whipping the ball on the ground straight, like the name says, driven towards the 6-yard box. This line right here between the PK and the 6-yard box. So the goalie cannot come and get it, and it's really hard for the defenders as they're running towards their own goal to stick a foot on that and not put it in their own net to begin with. But most defenders will not try to defend that or will not do it successfully. And normally we would have our cams here in case there's a rebound. But our striker right here could just stretch out a leg. And actually we had a player who scored an own goal from a driven ball of the position. And on the second half, to his credit, he scored a goal playing as a striker the exact same way, the exact same position, and on the exact same side actually, because since on halftime we turned sides, we were defending this side on the first half, and he scored a goal from about here, and he scored a goal from about here on the second half as a striker, and that was a very beautiful thing to see him come out of the funk and be able to do that. The other one is a chip, so usually from a cam. Anyway, from these positions, think a lot of your Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva does a lot of these passes. He just loops a ball over the back line. The back line's a little higher. In between this area, so the striker can control it and go towards the goalie. I will make more videos about more thorough explanation about how we're going to use this in our game and how we're going to incorporate it. But I want you guys to know, and if you're a coach, I want you to teach your players to know the different ways that they are capable and that they can score. So it's your shot, your dribble, your through ball, your 1-2 or your wall pass, your direct attack, your pasante, overlap, and your cross. And you overlap and your 1-2 or wall pass is very similar, except that on the wall pass, a lot of times you can just bounce the ball back and just run in behind. Where on the through ball, it's the player that passes the ball that has to go past the player that receives the ball. That's pretty much the difference. But anyways, thank you guys. Please remember to subscribe. Remember to please like the video, as it helps the channel a lot and it allows me to grow and continue to work hard to create content for you guys. I'm sorry that I have been absent, but I have been really, really sick for the last 3 weeks with some pneumonia or something in my lungs. So it's just my work environment. I work with a lot of dust, but anyway, I love you guys. Take care and see you guys soon.